Hello, this is Anne Marie Sunday with Legacy Property Management. Today I wanted to invite a guest and discuss how you can increase your current portfolio by paying for it with another investment property or potentially using your primary home. So let's get started. There are really three types of investors as defined in the current state of the property management report. The intentional investor is purchased a rental as an investment from the start. The accidental landlord would be somebody that fell into a rental property ownership due to circumstances, and they really don't plan on growing their portfolio. And the third is the unintentional investor. This is somebody that, again, fell into the property ownership due to circumstances, but they are having a good time with it and plan to continue to add additional properties. So the question is, which type of owner would you be? I invited Jeff Smith to help answer a couple of key questions. Jeff is the broker for the real estate side, our business on Legacy team. With years of experience in the industry and in Denver market specifically, he's an investor himself with rentals. I thought he could help us answer some questions regarding getting into additional properties. So let's start with the first question. What if I want to add to my property portfolio? The question would be, how can I borrow against a current investment to buy another? Jeff?
Well, Anne Marie, thank you for inviting me here today. I have over 20 years of experience in real estate, and a good portion of my clientele is now investors. So we're really pouring our efforts into educating and teaching how to finance for that investment. Really, in today's lending guidelines, you'll need a 20% down payment. That's going to be the requested amount from your lender to invest in additional investment property. Many of our investors, they use a local credit union. Those have turned out to be great resources for good interest rates and ease of loan with the application and getting what's called an equity line of credit on your qualified investment property. So if you currently had, current investments in your portfolio, you could borrow against that with that equity line of credit. Typically, that's going to be a 75% loan to value on that property, and you can get a nice line of credit. Another option would be to do a cash out refi, and you can work with the lender on what's required to get that done, and you can also get the low interest rates in today's market.
Okay. So how do I know what my equity is currently in either my current rental or on my primary home?
Well, our real estate team, Anne Marie, can provide you with that accurate evaluation of your current primary home or an investment within the Denver metro area. And then what we do is we invite you to work with one of our lender partners, and they can provide you with a snapshot of your monthly costs and the value of your loan.
Okay. So what would be three things, you mentioned this when we were talking, three things to identify a buy-hold model?
Well, what we like to look at are three things for all of our investors. The first one is what most people look at immediately, is the cash flow. So you have your expenses on that investment property, and we go through that with you, what those expenses would be. And whatever's left is called cash flow, and that's money in your pocket. People call it mailbox money, but it's just what comes up every month. The second piece is principal reduction, and that's what your tenant is helping you with. So when you have that occupied rental, they're paying down that loan principal every month. And that's a great benefit for you over time. And then the equity appreciation, and that's the last piece of the puzzle for all of our investors. Over time, in history, we've had 6% equity appreciation every year over year. So sometimes you'll have a bad year of no equity appreciation, and then you'll have an 8 to 10% growth. So it averages out over the last 40 years of 6%. So we have a worksheet available that we can offer to all of our investors or people that have an interest to look at this, and we can give you a better way of managing that worksheet.
So if someone were to say, how do I get started? What would you recommend to add another rental, either it be their first or their third or more?
Well, Anne-Marie, our goal is to give every one of our clients an investment legacy. So what I say the first thing to do is to schedule an appointment with me. I can get you a phone number or email, and we can get online with discussing your goals as an investor, determine what you're qualified to spend based on the lender recommendations. And then what we do is we run a worksheet analysis, and we look at the identified properties in the areas you want to purchase to see the benefits of owning an investment over, say, 5 years or 20 years or even longer than that for your family. And overall, it's just developing a game plan with myself on your investment legacy and getting you to pull the trigger.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time. We always appreciate the input and your business as owners and investors with us. Thank you for trusting us, and we look forward to speaking with you next time.